What we're asking the public, based on what we have learned about this man, this driving instructor at this driving school, we believe that this is not the first victim that he may have done this to. Reach out to law enforcement, reach out to us if your child has ever attended this driving school and had an encounter with this particular driving instructor. We've also learned that law enforcement is involved to some degree based on the inappropriate allegations, but also an alleged assault by someone who put their hands on this man because they're offended and angry about this man's behavior. We're still waiting on law enforcement to respond to us to give us further information. But in the meantime, we believe this is not the first time this man has done this. So please, if your child has attended this driving school, speak to them. And if you've learned something that disturbs you, contact law enforcement or contact us. And let us get busy with making sure this man never is allowed to be around children again.
For those that have no idea what this may be in regards to, can you describe what you saw in the video?
What we witnessed in the video as a father made me cringe. As a father of girls, of daughters, I have adult daughters, I have an 11-year-old daughter. I was shocked by what I witnessed and what I saw on that video. This man is taking his hand, resting it between the thighs in the crouch area of this young girl. And he's acting as though he's helping her steer the steering wheel, then laying his hand back down in the crouch area. This was completely inappropriate. That is not the way that you teach a child how to drive a vehicle. This man knows that. He went against policy and procedure. But even more shocking, when we allowed an employee of this facility, who is a parent herself, and she works here, she saw the video for the first time we showed it to her. She said it made the hair stand up on her arms because even she was offended by what she witnessed of a fellow employee doing that which is completely inappropriate.
And then you got to look at it too. When we looked at that video, that man was very comfortable with behaving in that way. This man has pedophilia type activities because that's exactly what happens when you do that type of behavior. And then on top of that, you know, these people, why is he still working here? So this is where we come in to demand accountability and to demand for this man to be fired, because he needs to be behind the jail on top of that as well. I have a daughter. My daughter just got her driver's license. If that man would have put his hand between my daughter's legs, y'all be trying to bum me out of Harris County, because I would go right upside his doggone mouth. Because that right there, one thing in Texas that we do, we don't play about our kids. And you gonna lay your hands up off our children. That's what you gonna do.
All right, thank you. All right, for those asking what school this is. All right, sounds good. Thank you, y'all. Y'all be safe. Thank you. So this is the school. This was the car in the video. This is the car that was in the video that was sent in to me. I reached out to Dr. Candace Matthews and I reached out to Quanell because there was a video that was sent to me recorded by a student who was in the back seat. The student was in this back seat and recorded a young female student was in the driver's side and the instructor was in the passenger side. Now notice there's no steering wheel here to correct the, like sometimes the driver's ed cars have correction steering wheels. No. So he had his hand resting on her inner thigh while she drove. And even the positioning of her hands, he wasn't worried about correcting her on how she was positioned holding the steering wheel. His hand was relaxed in between like her thigh area, close to her private parts. And he was rubbing at some points, and then he would try to correct her because she got very nervous. He said, "Baby, why are you nervous, baby?" Like that, talking to her just that way. I received 3 different videos, and it's undeniable. You cannot not see that. Like, it's very clear in the video that he rubs his hand in between her legs and in her inner thigh area. So there's a video. I don't even know if I can even post that because essentially it's sexual abuse of a child. So there is a video out there, you guys. I don't even know how to go about sharing something like that. I don't even think it's possible to share, but we're out here, this is the school. Make sure to talk to your students. I don't know if this was an isolated event or if there's other things that's been happening here, but you definitely want to, talk to your student drivers. If you have a child that's attended this class, this driver ed school, and, I don't know what's going to happen. We know that there's an investigation, and this is just our obligation. I feel like we're obligated to let people know that there was an incident here, because there could be more victims. And we're coming from a good place. We're just trying to help and make awareness, because this is not something to take lightly. All right. This is Grizzy reporting live here. CypherDrivingSchool.com. That's the name of the place. Close to Fry Road. Y'all be safe out here, friends. Yeah, prayers for this little girl. And somebody came and assaulted him last week. Somebody came and assaulted the driver's ed teacher. Maybe it's the family of the victim or some other victim. We don't know. Somebody came. There is a police report filed on an assault on this man. This man was assaulted last week. And it could be because of what he did to that child or somebody else's child. So speak up. If you see something, say something. Shout out to the student in the back seat who saw that this man was inappropriately touching her and had the mind to speak up to his mother and tell his mother. And shout out to that Hood News peep that reached out to me. A concerned mom of another child reached out to me. And we got to talk to our kids. There is no reason, friends, at all for a driver's ed teacher to have physical contact with a student. There is no reason whatsoever to touch another student. There's no reason for physical contact ever in a driver's ed situation. Talk to your kids. There is no reason. Sometimes our kids think authority might have the authority to do. No, we got to tell them. And these are teenagers we're talking about. All right, friends. Talk to our kids, because even our grown kids, sometimes there's predatory people that take advantage because he's a driver's ed teacher. And that's not right. Talk to our kids. Anything that makes them feel uncomfortable, they can come to you as your parent. They can come and express that. They need to. We have to have that open line of communication. And shout out to whoever whooped him. Shout out to whoever laid hands. Shout out to that person, because I would do the same too for my baby. And a police report. All right. Reporting live is your girl Grizzy. Back to you.